In 2026, it's easier than ever to lose that belly fat, the bulge that hangs over your belt, without exercise. The science is in and the evidence shows that the most important part of losing fat from your waist is actually non-exercise activities. Yes, exercise is important because guess what? It helps your cardiovascular, it stabilizes your metabolic health. Okay, all of that is good. But if you're just focused on losing that belly fat, losing the belly, looking better in the mirror, then let me tell you, there are 4 things we can do, 4 steps we can take. These steps are what I call the low-hanging fruit. So let's talk about the 4 steps and we will go into detail each step one by one. First, we lose the bloat. Second, we change your eating order each meal. Third, we move your heavy carbs from breakfast and dinner to lunch. And fourth, and this is a 2-for-1, my favorite, walk after every meal because this will hit both the belly fat and your metabolic health. Beginning with 1, remove the bloat. So this isn't necessarily hitting the fat, although it indirectly may. It's about getting rid of all that excess water retention and gas that's in your belly because of liquid sugar. We're talking about sugary drinks, specifically fruit juice is one, even 100% fruit juice. All that extra fructose that goes undigested, guess what? Becomes gas, water retention pulls water in, other things like frappuccinos and alcohol, beer belly, of course, or the boba drinks. So why does this happen? 2 things. First, this excess sugar results in an insulin spike, right? Your kidneys with that insulin starts to retain water. And second, the unprocessed sugar like fructose that sits in your gut becomes gas as well, in addition to pulling in water into your gut. So if you eliminate that, in the first week, you'll start to feel less bloat and even a little bit slimmer around the belly. Easy one, right? Second, I think it's pretty easy as well, and that's changing the eating order of each meal, specifically your macros, starch, carbs. Eat that at the end, right? Start off with the fiber, the coleslaw, the salad, all the stuff you normally eat in the middle of your meal, bring it to the very front of your meal. Eat that first. Then comes the protein, then comes the carb. Now, a lot of you are saying, wait a minute, I eat carbs with my protein. I don't eat my steak and then my mashed potatoes. I eat the steak with the mashed potatoes. And so here's the nuanced change I'm going to ask you to do. It's very minor. Double up on that protein. So let's say you normally have 80 grams, 100 grams of steak. Make it closer to 180, 200 grams of steak. That first 100 grams, just eat the steak alone. And then the second half, eat it with the mashed potatoes. Why is this? So, well, here's the big one for me. By front loading your fiber and protein, it leaves less room for you to eat the carbs. I love that, right? Because even though carbs is delicious, leaving at the very end minimizes the amount of carbs you eat. So why is it important for you to eat less carbs when it comes to losing the belly fat? It's because protein actually takes more energy to digest. And by having more protein in your meal, you're burning a few more calories, right? The thermic effect of protein digestion is there. Step number 3, I suggest moving all of the carbs in the morning to lunch. So a lot of people eat donuts and oatmeal, cereal, right? These are all very carb heavy and they're very filling in the morning, but you're eating a lot of it to get full. If you eat mostly protein, fiber, and fats, like a light salad with bacon and eggs, right? Something like that actually is just as filling, but it doesn't spike your insulin. And more importantly, you're going to eat less of it because it's more satiating. It takes a lot more carbs to feel full than if you had just the bacon and eggs with your breakfast, and then leaving a little bit at the very end for Greek yogurt and berries or apples or whatnot, right? So do that for breakfast. Push all the carbs that you crave to lunch. Also do the same for dinner. Lean meats and fiber, moving the carbs to lunch. I'm pushing everything into lunch, and this is why. You have the rest of the day to walk, do chores, do whatever it is you need to do to eliminate all the excess calories from lunch. But if you eat a heavy dinner, well, within 3 hours, you're going to bed. During lunch, right? We already talked about the eating order. Even if you have spaghetti, pasta, lasagna, you're having that closer to the last half of your meal. You're enjoying your carbs, right? We're not vilifying carbs. We're just moving it around to make it easy for you to enjoy the carbs while naturally bring it off, which takes us to the fourth one, the fourth step in my 4-step low-hanging fruit approach without having to exercise or sweat, and that is walk after every meal. So for breakfast, you're busy. I get it. You don't have time to walk, but it's okay. You don't have a lot of carbs, right? We moved that to lunch. Lunch is when you should have your longest walk because we moved everything to lunch in terms of carbs, which is a longer lunch, which means you should reserve some time during lunch for that 20-minute walk. So if it's a 1-hour lunch you have available, make sure you finish eating within 40 minutes and then take the last 20 minutes to walk with your friends. A lot of people who eat lunch at the office make it a point, hey guys, let's finish eating a little bit earlier so we can continue talking while walking. It doesn't have to be a brisk walk. It could be a gentle stroll. Just get active. And this is important because, one, it will lower your sugar spike because your muscles are pulling in some of that sugar, not relying solely on insulin to remove the sugar from your bloodstream. And most importantly, eating the carbs during lunch leaves less craving for those carbs during dinner. Just keep it light for dinner. Lean protein with fiber is also satiating. Those are the 4 non-exercise activities you can take to start losing that bulge. Let me know in the comments below what other tricks you have to lose the bulge. Until next time, FOMO this.